can start right now. All you got to do is have the right attitude, and all you have to do is have the right perspective. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm so grateful to see your beautiful faces. Hashtag pretty people. So we lost Instagram, but it's all good. So I'll do a recap in a video and send it to Instagram. So let's talk about this, how perspective can lead to your success. You got to make sure that you are focused on starting the business, doing the activity every single day for the business. No one is going to work as hard as you for your business. No one's is going to put in as much time and effort and everything in your business but you. And so even though we want everybody to love it, it's your baby. And that's why if you go to somebody's job right now, most of you probably work a traditional 9 to 5. It's not yours. So it's just like, I'm just here to get a paycheck. It's not yours, but start something. I challenge you to start something from scratch. Birth that thing, girl. And you birth that thing, you got to go through some growing pains. And so like being pregnant is 9 months, right? You're in pain, you're growing, same thing in your business. It takes time for you to mature in your businesses. And so I've been an entrepreneur for over 18 years, so I know a thing or two. So I'm going to share with you what I know for sure. Write this down. Get your business bestie on here. A pretty person's putting this in the chat for me. I love the interaction. So show me some love, some hearts. Make sure, yes, you comment in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you have a business already, put business in the chat. Say, I got a business. Congratulations if you have a business. And if you want a business, just put yes. Like, yes, I know I need it. I just haven't started, Jerusha. I know you're preaching it to the world. You're screaming it out loud. I just haven't started. Just put yes, because this way you're putting it out there that, yes, I want a business. Yes, I deserve a business. Yes, I want residual income. Yes, 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 yes. We want to go ahead and start that movement of, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can learn. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So how perspective leads to success, you can write this down. First of all, I don't know what your personal goals are. Many of you want to write a book. How many of you want to be an author? Put in the chat, you want to be an author. I want to be an author. Yeah. Author Jerusha, right? How many of you want your own nonprofit? How many of you just want, some type of organization, right? You want something more than you have. Yes. Number one thing, I need you to see it. The first point is you got to see it. You have to see it, the big picture with your mind. It's called mindset, okay? You got to see it regardless of what you see with your physical eyes. This is why some people see the same thing physically, right? And they get the same results. But you have to look at it with a different perspective mentally. So if you let's just look at me. You're like, oh, that's just a lady teaching on Facebook. What I see when I see myself is a powerful speaker, speaking life, giving knowledge and hope to thousands of people around the world. What I see is I got the whole wide world in my hand and I can press a button. I'm live all over the country, impacting other people's lives. That's what I see when I go live. You might just see somebody talking. And so whatever you can imagine is real. You got to write that down. Whatever you can imagine is real. And so I'll tell you, I have 2 boys. When they were younger, what I did was I recorded some of their moments, like my favorite moments. Children at those ages, they say the funniest things. One of my boys, when we were in the car, we used to drive, and the sun, you have the shadow, and then the sun would come. And if the sun would get on him and then the shadow would come, he would freak out. And so it's the funniest thing that I'm like, he is afraid of the shadow. And so, when you're driving, it changes. And so I wrote it down. So I record the little things that made me laugh, why I became, successful in business, because I wouldn't miss these types of moments that I could, look at it and laugh and pull over on the side of the road and take a picture and crack up, because I was like, he is afraid of the shadow. And then another one, he was afraid of the dirt. Like he was small, like one, and he would not put his foot on the dirt. He was afraid of that. And so I got to really enjoy those moments. And so I would write them down. So all the young moms, if you're not a mom yet, that's something that you want to do, in my opinion, because now I can show them and we can laugh about it because they're big teenagers now. Now I can say, remember this? And so let me give you perspective. They had Legos, and we used to travel to go to Legoland, Florida, wherever Legoland was, Atlanta. we used to travel so they can go to Legoland. And so we had all of these Legos all over the house. And so I would ask, they play with them and everything. And I would ask my youngest son, what are you building? And he'd just be like, I'm just stacking Legos one after the other, right? And then I would ask my oldest son, what are you building? And he's like, a large glass monument, shaped like our family. It's going to be standing in Washington, D.C. And I'm like, is that what you see? He's like, yes, that's what I see. And I'm thinking, I just see blocks. I just see Legos. But he's like, you don't see it, Mom? You don't see all the glass, people? You don't see it? And so it's interesting because he's seeing with his mind sight. Now I can only, at first see the stacks of Legos. But when he described it to me, it gave me a visual and I could see what he was seeing. And so a lot of times that's why you need a mentor to see what you cannot see for your life and for your business. You cannot see how you're going to be an author, but a mentor or a business coach can see how you can do it. And they can give you perspective and they can start pouring into you. And so I just think your overall vision is more powerful than the process of getting there. You might not know how you're going to get there. Like, I don't know how I'm going to help 100 families get started in my business. I know for a fact 100 people are coming ready right now. And so I worked in radio and television. And so we would set the programming for you to view with your eyesight, right? And so the same thing applies to your mind. Did you know your brain is a program that you set every single day? You control what you see because you have the remote, right? With your mind sight, not your eyesight. And so I just said, you know what, Jerusha? Stay in your fantasy, right? It's something about being in your own world. When you are focused on building a business, you got to stay in your own world. You cannot look at the physical of your results, the client base, the numbers. You got to know it's already there. Write this down. You got to see it before you see it, and you got to seek it before you see it. Jerusha, okay? Write that down. And so right now, your mind sight sees the finished product mentally before you can see it physically. Write that down. Yes, you have to see it before you see it, and you have to seek it before you see it. Most people in starting a business, they want to see results right now. They don't want to seek it. Every day you got to post. Every day you got to meet new people. Every day you got to follow up. Every day you got to put in the time, the sweat equity every single day. They don't want to do that part. And so if you know the end from the beginning, you'll stay empowered in the process. So people ask, well, how do you show up like that all the time? I know the end from the beginning. I know the end from the beginning. So I stay empowered in this process of doing the work every single day. You're going to fail. I kind of embrace failure at this point. I embrace the word no at this point. You've got to embrace the things that are going to happen or you're not going to be successful. You're going to fail along the way. The problem is if you fail to get back up. That's the problem. And so we're all going to fall forward to success. Just keep falling, girl. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. Okay. And so I think it's important. Write this down. Here's your business tip. If you are trying to build a business, especially online, you can do it online, offline, whatever, but let's talk about being online. You want to start now doing events. The holidays are coming. We can't wait till November. You got to start planning right now. You got to start setting yourself up. So you got to see it. I see myself making, 10,000, 20,000 just in November. I see myself making 10, 50. You got to go ahead and start seeing that thing. And you're planning it right now. Okay. First, you'll write this down. You start now. Do you not think Walmart is going to have their Christmas stuff out in a minute? In a minute. It's ready. It's gearing up. So you have to think like a retailer. So write it down. The next thing is write it down. Put it together today, put it wherever you keep your stuff on your phone, on your notepad, whatever. Start looking at events that you can have. Yes, you can have a virtual event. If you're offline trade shows, you could have a global conference. You could have product launches leading up to your sales that you're going to have during the holidays. You could have a recruitment fair. You start doing that now. So you can see, you'll get more excited about it. It's coming. When you go to the movies, they give you previews. That's why you'll start posting now what's coming. and people start anticipating, oh, that's coming up. I can't wait. But you got to put in that time right now. Collaborate. It's very important that you collaborate with somebody that's doing what you do, whether it's in your business, your sideline, your upline, your mentor in your business. Go ahead and start partnering with somebody right now. You can't want to do trunk shows or vendor events and you don't have anybody in place. You want to start asking those people now, this is what we're going to do. Go ahead and set the dates. Set the date. You're going to do how many in October, November, December? What are your plans of action? Be deliberate. You got to chase that thing if you want it. It's not going to just come to you. If it came to everybody, we all be like, it's going to come. Okay. Start marketing. Like I started marketing the 3-day ride, which is my signature business course. And so start marketing. Thank you for the hearts and the love. I appreciate that. Start marketing your events. Like this is coming, doing it in a TikTok, doing it in a reel, doing it in a live, create promotional content. Did you know, this is important, write this down. Visual content is 40 times more likely to be shared on social media. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Visual content is 40 times more likely to be shared on social media. Mobile video viewing has increased. So what that means is people are on their phone looking, girl. Visual content. That's why videos do well. That's why, most people don't read, your dissertation. They want to see a picture, visual. So you can start planting those seeds with visuals, right? Programming their mind that your thing is happening. And so like I started saying, hey, jump in the 3-day ride. Every time I'm live, I'm like, jump in the 3-day ride. It's coming. The 3-day ride. I can see every single person in the ride. My selective few, I can see those people implementing and they're having a lot of success. They're attracting their ideal prospects. I'm teaching them curiosity marketing. I'm teaching them how to have unlimited leads in the 3-day ride. I'm teaching them how to start conversations and how to convert those conversations. I can see it. It hadn't even happened yet, but I'm already envisioning how the outcome is going to be. I'm already celebrating. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, already.